All right, let's get right into it. If you're planning a wedding, you already know the venue is like one of the biggest decisions you're going to make. But have you ever stopped to think about it from your photographer's perspective? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on how to pick a venue that will make your wedding photos absolutely epic.
So, when you first start looking, you probably have a checklist, right? You know, the basics, the absolute non-negotiables. You're thinking about price, how many guests it can hold, the location, and of course, if it's even available on your date. And look, all that is super, super important. But there's this other factor that a lot of people just don't think about. One that sticks around long after the party's over.
And that is the absolute truth of it. Your venue isn't just a building, it's the entire canvas for your memories. It literally sets the mood, it controls the light, and it shapes the whole visual story of your day. So what is it that makes a venue a photographer's dream?
First things first, we're going to put on our photographer glasses and look at what that hidden factor is that really, truly defines your wedding album.
So, what's on this photogenic checklist? Well, here is an insider's guide, the 6 secret ingredients the photographers are always hoping to see. Okay, secret number 1, it's all about character and light. Seriously, light is a photographer's most important tool. Venues with massive windows and high ceilings, oh, they're a dream. They create this soft, beautiful, flattering light and give the photos a sense of depth and scale. It doesn't matter if it's an old historic mansion or a super modern loft, great architecture is the perfect stage.
Now, this next one seems kinda obvious, but you'd be surprised how big of a deal it is. A clean, uncluttered space means the focus stays right where it should be, on you too. And good furniture, elegant chairs, a nice leather sofa, even a cool reflective table. They aren't just for sitting on. They become part of the art, helping to create more dynamic and stylish photos.
Ah, the magic of golden hour. You know, those warm, dreamy sunset photos that look like they're straight out of a movie? Well, they don't happen by accident. A venue with gorgeous outdoor spaces, I'm talking rolling hills, a lakeside view, ancient trees, is just a gift. But the real grand prize? A clear, unobstructed view to the west. That is how you get those epic romantic sunshots that everybody wants.
Okay, this is a huge one, and it gets overlooked all the time. You spend hours, literally hours of your wedding day in the getting ready rooms. So many amazing, candid moments happen there. A dark, cluttered hotel room can really kill the vibe for photos. So you want to look for a spacious suite with big windows, ideally facing east or south for that gorgeous morning light, and clean, light-colored walls that just bounce all that softness around the room.
Next, you want to be on the lookout for those wow factors. Venues that have these unique architectural features, like a sweeping grand staircase, a jaw-dropping chandelier, or a dramatic fireplace. They give you these built-in opportunities for truly iconic photos. These are the kinds of backdrops you just can't fake somewhere else. And finally, don't forget what happens when the sun goes down. The reception is all about creating an atmosphere, a vibe. Good nighttime lighting is so important. Diffused light is soft and makes everyone look great. String lights add that touch of magic and sparkle. And some well-placed colored lights can totally transform a space and make the party feel alive in your photos. All right, so we've covered what photographers love to see, but now let's talk about the hidden red flags. These are the things that might look perfectly fine in person, but can be a real nightmare for the camera.
You might think that any light is better than no light, right? Not so fast. In photography, the quality of the light is literally everything.
So what's the difference? Well, good light is soft, it's natural, it's consistent. Bad lighting, think harsh spotlights directly overhead that create what photographers call raccoon eyes, those really deep, ugly shadows. Or rooms that mix different types of light like fluorescent and tungsten, which can make skin tones look all weird and greenish. In a super dim room, that just leads to grainy, kind of muddy-looking photos. The building itself can sometimes work against you. Low ceilings, for example, can make a beautiful room feel small and cramped in photos. It also limits how a photographer can use their flash to create that nice, soft light. And windows placed way too low, they cast light upwards on your face, which is basically the classic horror movie lighting trick. Probably not the vibe you're going for.
And you gotta sweat the small stuff too. Really bold, distracting carpets or wallpaper can pull focus away from what's important, you. Clutter, like messy cords or a stack of extra chairs in the corner, just makes photos feel messy. And yep, that bright red exit sign hanging right over your sweetheart table, it will be an unwelcome guest in every single one of those photos.
And this one, oh, this is a huge one. An all-outdoor venue can be an absolute dream if the weather cooperates. You have to plan for the worst. If it rains, is the backup space just as beautiful? Does it have great light, or is it a dark, windowless conference room? A solid photogenic rain plan is a must-have.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking right about now. This all sounds amazing and really, really expensive? Well, let's bust that myth right now. A beautiful photogenic venue does not have to break the bank. Here's a really cool pro tip. Look at who owns the venue. Private companies that own historic mansions or high-end hotels, yeah, they're usually pretty pricey. But a lot of cities and states own incredible historic sites, beautiful parks and civic buildings that they rent out for way less. These can be some seriously amazing hidden gems.
Another fantastic and often affordable option is to just lean into nature. Think about places like nature centers, arboretums, or even state parks. They offer these breathtaking, totally photogenic landscapes without the crazy price tag of a perfectly manicured private estate.
Of course, the one major trade-off here is that you are completely at the mercy of the weather. So these spots are definitely best for warmer seasons, and you have to be okay with the idea that a cloudy day will definitely change the whole mood. So when it all comes down to it, the big takeaway is this. There's no such thing as a perfect venue. It's really about understanding what makes a space photograph well, good light, clean backdrops, and interesting character, and learning to see any potential spot through that lens. Because at the end of the day, when all the planning is done, the most photogenic thing at any wedding is joy. Honestly, your happiness and the fact that you're having the time of your life, that will shine through in every single picture, no matter where you are. So as you go out there and continue your search, just keep these ideas in your back pocket. Think like a photographer, but trust your heart. Pick a place that really feels like you. After all, you're not just booking a venue, you're choosing the backdrop to one of the most incredible stories you'll ever tell.